Hi, I'm Ian Morgan from interviewbuddy.com, and in this video I'm talking about my top 10 list of interview mistakes to avoid. Coming right in at number 10 is the feeble handshake. Why is it when I shake your hand at the start of the interview I get a very weak, very clammy hand? This is not what I want to feel. I want to feel something that's strong, robust and powerful. So please avoid at all costs the clammy hand. Number 9 on my list of interview hates is waffling. Why is it when I ask you a question you take 3 minutes to give me an answer when you could really just give me the same answer in 30 seconds? You don't need to go on and on and on rambling about some part of your life where you think you did something really well. I've got the point, give it to me in shorthand, let's move on to the next point. Number 8 on my list of top 10 interview mistakes is the scruffy appearance. Why is it when you're wearing a tie, you don't bother doing up your top button? Why is it you haven't polished your shoes? Why haven't you ironed your shirt? Why does it look as though you've brushed your hair with a firework? Why is it you look as though you've just come in from a nightclub? It's not hard, but if you don't make the effort to sort out your appearance, why should I make the effort to hire you? Number 7 on the list is having a limited understanding of my company. If you come across as though you've only spent 20 or 30 minutes looking at the company website, I'm going to know. There's no excuse, you've got to do your research. There's an unlimited amount of information out there. Something that really bugs me is when you don't bother. Number 6 on my list is not smiling. Why is it you're not smiling? Don't you want to be my friend? Don't you want to get on with me? Don't you want to build some kind of rapport with me? If you're not friendly, if you're not warm, if you're not smiling, why should I think that you're going to get on in my team? If you come across as cold and cool and offhand, you're not the sort of person who's going to get on in my company. So please smile. Number 5 on my list is poorly prepared questions. We know at the end of the interview that you're going to be asked questions, probably about the company, if there's anything else you need to know. The worst possible answer is, you know what, I've got nothing, you've told me everything I need to know. That's complete rubbish. There's no way you can know everything already about the company, the job position on offer, the boss, or the requirements. It's impossible that you know that. So saying, you know what, I've got no questions is really a disastrous answer. Almost as bad as asking a really bland or pointless question such as, oh, tell me about the working hours, or do you have any good perks? These are not good quality questions. Number 4 on my top 10 list is answering the wrong question. Now, we know that you're always going to get asked a difficult question. Interviewers love to ask these tricky questions to really test you and put you under pressure. What I don't like is when you hear a question from me, turn it around in your head and start answering a different question, or a question that you'd wished you'd been asked because you've prepared the answer. It's not helpful, it's not relevant. I'd much rather you're honest rather than try and divert into something different. Number 3 on my list of top 10 interview mistakes is claiming that you know much more than you really do. I love it when I see this. Often I see on a CV that you're brilliant at something, that you've got a level of knowledge or skill that seems surprisingly high, and the first thing I think is, when I see that person in his interview or her interview, I'm going to call them out on that. I don't believe it. I think they've over-egged what they think they can do, and I'm going to test them on it, and I'll put them under pressure. And most times the outcome is that these people actually don't know what they've said they know. They get really stressed, they struggle, they break down, and a good interview goes to a bad interview very quickly, just because you've made out you know much more than you really do. Number 2 on my list of top 10 interview mistakes is avoiding eye contact. Why is it when I talk to you or ask you a question or even introduce myself to you at the start of the interview, you can't look me in the eye? Is it that difficult? Of course it isn't. What I think as soon as I see someone who can't look at me in the eye is, what are they hiding? Why are they being dishonest? Why are they uncomfortable looking at me? It doesn't create a good atmosphere between us. It doesn't give me the sense that you're being honest and open and trustworthy. And if you can't establish that rapport of trust in an interview, I know it's only 30 minutes, but you've got to try and make that rapport happen. If you can't make that happen, that's really a bad outcome. Okay, and lastly, number 1 on my list of 10 interview mistakes is a complete lack of energy or enthusiasm? Why is it when I'm talking to you, you're sat like that? I want you to be bouncing around. I want you to be bouncing off the ceilings. I want you to look as though you massively want this job, that it's the biggest job opportunity for you ever, and it's the greatest thing you can ever achieve to come and work for me. Because if you don't come across like that, I guarantee you someone else will. And if someone else is showing that hunger and that desire and that motivation, that enthusiasm to come and work for me, they're going to get the job, you're not. So the number one biggest mistake is no energy and enthusiasm. So I hope that's been helpful. If you like the video, please click on the button below. Thanks for watching.